Published, 11:26 CDT, April 11, 2019. Updated, 8:28 EDT, April 12, 2019. Stephanie Hayden, 45, is locked in a legal battle with Mumsnet. A transgender activist fears she has been banned from Mumsnet for trolling, in the midst of a legal battle in which the website revealed the details of a user alleged to have posted defamatory remarks directed against her. On Monday, a High Court judge ordered Mumsnet to reveal the identity of an online troll who made allegedly defamatory comments about Stephanie Hayden, 45, accusing her of serious criminal activity. Today the website complied with the request, but Ms. Hayden said the user may have provided misleading details. In their reply, Mumsnet also said they had been giving some thought to Ms. Hayden's membership of the site following her suspension last week for misleading and inflammatory behavior. The site said it wanted to focus its moderation resource on serving the needs of parents, rather than dealing with the problems caused by inflammatory trolls. Signing off their email, go well. Ms. Hayden said, "Mumsnet have now banned me from the website and accused me of being a troll. This is yet another example of Mumsnet attempting to silence the voices of the transgender community whilst permitting harassment and abuse." She added, "I will now review the information supplied in order to assess my legal options. I expect to be back in touch with Mumsnet Limited in the very near future, as there appear, on initial reading, to be issues with the veracity of the information supplied." Mr. Justice William Davis gave the website until 4 p.m. today to reveal the identity of the user A Little Help 18, who posted an allegedly defamatory comment in November, accusing Ms. Hayden of serious criminality. Mumsnet founder Justine Roberts. The site is locked in a legal battle with Ms. Hayden. The court order issued on Monday gave Mumsnet until today at 4 p.m. to comply. Dear Ms. Hayden, here are the details we hold of the poster A Little Help 18 as requested by court order. Mail Online has seen, but is not publishing, the supplied user details. As you know, we continue to moderate Mumsnet with regard to our talk guidelines, which are designed to promote civility, whilst allowing a space for diverse opinion and debate. We also keep a close eye on our obligations under the Defamation Act. We've been giving some thought to your own status as a Mumsnet user following your suspension last week for misleading and inflammatory behavior. Whilst we are instinctively against censorship, we do periodically find it necessary to rescind the membership of those who seem unable to accept our moderation rules and/or whose sole aim in visiting Mumsnet is to promote a single issue in a deliberately inflammatory way. Ultimately, our aim is to make parents' lives easier. On a daily basis, we have hundreds of thousands of parents using Mumsnet's free forums for advice and support, often with regard to extremely difficult life situations such as serious illness, bereavement, living with disabilities, or domestic violence. We believe Mumsnet offers an extremely valuable resource for those users, and frankly we are keen to be able to focus our moderation resource on serving their needs rather than dealing with the problems caused by inflammatory trolls. We will of course continue to moderate Mumsnet closely and to remove sweeping or derogatory generalizations about any minority group, including trans people, as well as posts which break the law. And you are more than welcome to email us a link to any post that you believe transgresses our guidelines. We will always look at it in a timely fashion, and remove it if we agree with your assessment. Best regards and go well. Ms. Hayden said her lawsuit was not about so-called dead naming or doxing, a word used to refer to the outing of someone's identity or former identity online. She said, "It's an idiot on a website who's gone too far and is trying to stir the brown stuff. Nothing to do with transgender, or dead naming. This was nothing to do with that. It was to do with Mumsnet being socially irresponsible in allowing their forum to be used for such serious allegation of serious criminality which are entirely untrue. She said that when she brought the matter to the attention of the site's moderators in November, they said they would not remove the post because the commenters stood by their accusations. Last month she asked again for the comment, which by now has spawned hundreds of satellite comments and accusations, to be removed, and Mumsnet again refused, she said. So she got a court order demanding the site reveal the name, address, email and date of birth of the user who posted the comment, in order to take legal action herself. Mumsnet did not contest the application, but its founder, Justine Roberts, said, "Clearly, if we thought the details we released might be used maliciously, we would be happy to contest the order if one of our users asked us to do so." Yesterday at the High Court, Mr. Justice William Davis issued the order. After 4 p.m. today, Ms. Hayden issued a press statement to say, Mumsnet Limited have once again demonstrated a complete absence of corporate social responsibility. Not only does the Mumsnet Forum permit the regular harassment, abuse, and defamation of transgender people, demonstrating a contempt for the transgender community, today Mumsnet Limited have demonstrated their contempt for the law of England and Wales. This is a very serious matter. Lawyer Ms. Hayden, 45, who began transitioning in 2007, said she started her time transition in 2015, and received a gender recognition certificate in May of 2016. The document, along with her driving license and passport, now identify her as a woman. Ms. Hayden does not support so-called self-identification by transgender individuals, and called for some in the transgender community to show more common sense. Posting the court order yesterday, Ms. Hayden said, "The days of defaming, abusing, and harassing transgender people on Mumsnet behind the cloak of anonymity are over." She told Mail Online, "My view is, a plague on both your houses." Some more enthusiastic trans activists don't live in the real world. I don't argue that somebody who in their everyday life appears as a man, or a woman, should be able to obtain a gender certificate. Self-identification would certainly devalue the certificate, which defines you in the eyes of the law and society. Following the recent controversy surrounding comments by athletes including Martina Navratilova and Sharon Davis, on trans women competing in female sports, she said, "It should be left to the professional bodies of the sport concerned." Stephanie Hayden, pictured, tweeted an image of a court order which requires Mumsnet to name the anonymous user who allegedly defamed her. "Before I started medical transition, I was a big strong bloke. Imagine a woman like me in a women's team, that's ridiculous. He was 16 stone, a strong heavily built man, come on, that's just common sense." She explained she had lost 20 kilograms of muscle mass and now has less testosterone than most natal-born women. Posting the court order yesterday, Ms. Hayden said, "The days of defaming, abusing, and harassing transgender people on Mumsnet behind the cloak of anonymity are over." Ms. Hayden has been involved in several of online spats in recent years. In 2018, she reported Father Ted creator Graham Linehan to the police for transphobic harassment after he shared a tweet saying she was a dangerous troll. Sitcom writer Mr. Linehan was given a verbal harassment warning by West Yorkshire Police after transgender activist Ms. Hayden reported him for referring to her by her previous names and pronouns on Twitter. And in February, a mother was arrested in front of her children and locked up for 7 hours after referring to Ms. Hayden as a man online, in an arrest Ms. Hayden insists was linked in fact to the leaking of financial and medical information. She said she received death threats online after officers detained Kate Scott Howe at her home before quizzing her at a police station about an argument with Ms. Hayden on Twitter. The 38-year-old, from Hitchin, Hertfordshire, had her photograph, DNA and fingerprints taken. Mrs. Scott Howe denied harassing or defaming Miss Hayden and said she holds a genuine and reasonable belief that a human cannot, practically speaking, change point as well as potential police action. She is facing a £25,000 civil lawsuit over alleged defamation, use of private information and harassment. She has also agreed to be made the subject of an injunction that bans her from writing about Miss Hayden online. High Court papers, filed by Miss Hayden, accuse Mrs. Scott Howe of a campaign of targeted harassment against Miss Hayden between September and December last year, allegedly motivated by her status as a transgender woman, including messages sent from 2 separate Twitter accounts. But Mrs. Scott Howe has filed a defense insisting, Mrs. Scott Howe holds a genuine and reasonable belief, which is fundamental to her existence and worthy of respect in a democratic society, that a mammal, specifically a human, cannot practically change. Ms. Hayden has been involved in several of online spats in recent years. In 2018, she reported Father Ted creator Graham Linehan left to the police for transphobic harassment. Kate Scott Howe, right, was arrested by police after referring to Ms. Hayden as a man online writing on online forum Mumsnet. Mrs. Scott Howe, who has also been served with a court order that bans her from referring to her accuser as a man, claimed, "I was arrested in my home by 3 officers, with my autistic 10-year-old daughter and breastfed 20-month-old son present. I was then detained for 7 hours in a cell with no sanitary products, which I said I needed, before being interviewed, then later released under investigation. I was arrested for harassment and malicious communications because I called someone out and misgendered them on Twitter." Confirming the arrest, Hertfordshire Police said, "We take all reports of malicious communication seriously." The court